62. I visualize actual fire, all right, in the neighborhood. And I was into art, and I did the whole visualization of that fire. The thing is huge. I got the award. It's in the Art Institution in Chicago.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I love art, man. But, you know, and I loved opera. I tell you, live music. I saw everything in Chicago and in Vegas. But then I went flat.
How old were you when you left Chicago?
Exactly 23. Yeah. I would have. Stop it. I made so much money in Chicago, it was unbelievable. Dad came home on a Friday night. I was 16 years old, and I says, Dad, I said, what do you think of that car? He says, it's unbelievable. I says, it's mine.
What was it?
What did you pay? I says, $3,500. He says, 442 Cutlass Supreme, $2 silver with a black top, baby. Oh, yeah. He says, next thing out of his mouth, he said, you didn't hurt anybody, did you? And I says, no. I started working at 8 years old. When I was 12 years old, I was already doing the numbers, doing the collections.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody in the neighborhood knew me. You didn't pay? All I had to do was make a phone call, and then the boys came in on you. They used to send me in bars. I worked the whole fucking neighborhood. See, in the city of Chicago, man, where I live, at the end of every block, there was a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, not big. They were, at that time, it was parlay tickets, you know.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
you buy a $1 ticket, $5 ticket, $10. You got to pick at least 4 teams. You know, very unsophisticated, you know, no-brainer. And the more you bet, you're going to lose. And we would not let anybody just wanted to bet one game. That's the way you get hurt. I bet one game.
Yeah.
You know, if I decide I want to bet one college game on Saturday, I'll do it. After I do all my research. You know, and I believe this, Kevin. I think, and I know one of the famous refs in the NBA or college, he went to jail, man, basketball ref. I think the games are still fixed. You know, but that's me. But I think they do. They are.
Yeah.
They all know, man. They all know. There's no reason that the Golden State, when they were in Toronto, all right, they were ahead 3-1. Toronto was, yeah. They're playing in Toronto. There ain't no way they should have lost that game because Golden State was so beat up. They were all beat up. Cousins, Green, Thompson, KD. They're all beat up.
Do you make any money off the series?
Oh, fuck yes. Fuck yes. Oh, yeah. That's why I like Vegas. It's tough sometimes in football, but in Vegas, the bookies out here that are illegal, but the bottom line, I can't do a halftime bet. Yeah. See, in Vegas, when I'm watching, you know, you can't watch every game, but I try to. All right. Bottom line, what's my fucking point? Fucking stone. We're talking about the spread, aren't we? Yeah. Bottom line is what I do is before I place a bet, unless I think it's a sure thing, I'll watch the game the first half.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see. I'll watch the coach, watch the way the players, the defense, and everything, whatever that's going on. And then if I'm comfortable, I'll do a halftime bet. Out here, they don't take a halftime bet.
You still go back to Chicago?
Haven't been back to Chicago, Kevin. I'll tell you exactly. September of 1998.
No shit.
Yeah, long time.
Oh.
You didn't know I played professional baseball, did you?
No.
Yeah.
You told me you're a 5-time state champ wrestler,
Yeah.
which is kick ass.
I signed a signing bonus with the Chicago White Sox in 1968. All right. Single A ball, traveling in the Hicks, in the steel. That's, you go, low end. Single A ball. What was my signing bonus?
$3,000? I don't know.
How much?
$3,000?
$450. I was making $700 a week on the streets. And there was no guns. There was nothing. I was just collecting money from the mob. I had a paper route, and I was a truck driver. Everything was legal.
Yeah.
And my suits were being made in Hong Kong. And Kevin, give me a nickel. I am that serious. My dad comes home from work. There was a Chinese guy. He says, "Who the hell is he?" And I says, "Dad, I got 4 custom suits being done. Would you like a couple?"
Yeah.
Sit down. Took a month to get him back.
So is that what your paper out was for? Is this a collect? So you get around?
That was part of it. It's like this. All right?
Yeah.
But everybody knew that I'm Yugoslavian. But my dad's sister married into the mob. Uncle Charlie. He hit me one time. He had to move from, they're a good story. I forgot the guy's name that got hit in Oak Park. God damn it. He had to move from the old neighborhood into Berwyn, which is a south suburb. All right. Oh, my, back in the day. I don't know what's left out there. I haven't been there for so long. So I was helping him move. I think I was, 15 years old. Well, he had a winery. He made his own brew, man. His own kitchen, man. I tell you, typical mob.
Yeah.
You live very small, no attention, all right? So anyway, helped him move with his 2 brothers. One of the brothers was a dentist. He used to work on my teeth. All right? About 5 hours later, he gets a phone call. My dad did. In the meantime, I took one of the bottles of his wine. I got home. I went to my room. I drank it all. All right? In about 2 hours. Uncle called up. All right? My dad's brother-in-law. He says, there's a bottle missing. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? You got 200 bottles. There's a bottle missing. Did you take it? He says, no. He says, where's Kenny at? Kenny's been throwing up. The bottle's in his bedroom. Go see if Kenny's all right, which I was, He says, I'll take care of Kenny next Sunday for Sunday dinner at the Guineas places. I mean, these guys, oh man, we had a bocce court, man. I mean, see what I'm wearing?
Yeah.
That's all I wore. Got this hat I bought at Saks Fifth Avenue at Dobbs. All right, 1966. Paid $300 for this hat, man.
$300 for that thing.
Fucking right, man. A fucking trench coat and everything. All right. My average coat, $200. Oh yeah,
That's beautiful.
I was 16 years old. I graduated from college. Everything just like fell out. And my partner was stealing. I'm like, I didn't know nothing about it. Motherfucker. Something I really love is you see my plants.
Yeah.
You haven't even seen my house in Vegas, the landscaping I have out there. Anyway, I says, what the fuck? So that went down, and then I got thrown out of the school system. I'm living at mom's house. I says, holy fuck. I says, I just went from making 3 times the amount of money per week that my mom and dad, they both worked. I'm down to the nothing. Nothing. You know, and I says, holy fuck. And I says, it's time to make a fucking move. I gotta get out of Chicago. I ain't never gonna get out.
Was Vegas your first move? Or did you go?
What was that, sir?
Was Vegas your first move, or did you go somewhere first?
No, I went to Vegas.
Straight to Vegas.
I moved to Vegas. I got married in Chicago, and I moved 4 days later with nothing. $3,000 and 2 cars paid for.
Yeah.
And got an apartment. He says, kid, all right, you're not ready for the Stardust, but we got this other joint that we own, Chicago. It's called the Fremont. All right, so I went to the Fremont. All right, they put me on graveyard. Just learning. It's slower action, meaning just not a lot of people. Maybe the first couple hours, but you go work on your game. All right, I got really good. So anyway, I'm dealing Raz. Raz is 7 card stud, high wins. Raz is the opposite. 7 cards, low hand wins. Alright, so I'm dealing it. I got a maitre d' that sat right across me. Got no control of the cards. You're just like the postman. You just deliver the mail. Yeah. Alright, last card. He had no business anyway. Alright. He gets beat. Alright. He spits in my face. That's the only table going. We got 8 people at the table. He spits in my face. I says, man, you got to be kidding me, Tony. Alright. I walked around, closed the box with my towel, because I couldn't stand sitting on rubber because you sweat. Alright. Closed my bank, walked around. I says, I ain't no pig, man. You can't treat me like this. I'm a human being. He says, you're a fucking piece of shit. I'm doing anything I want. I says, really? I says, you're so bad? I says, listen, you're bigger than me. I says, hit me. And you better pray that I go down. He hit me. Didn't move me. Went for the jaw. I saw it coming. I says, well, it's my turn, right? That was the agreement, so you don't sue me or the corporation. I says, am I correct? By the time he says correct, I hit him low, boom, busted up his whole nose. He went down. I'm gonna take your job. You're gonna be burned from Vegas. You're a piece of shit scumbag. I says, you're done yet? Back then, we remember the Cuban heels with the horseshoe?
Yeah.
I put it right up his nose. So I go to my boss. I says, I'm sorry. I said, here's my apron if I'm gonna get fired, but it's gonna take a lot. I didn't hear nothing. The next day I put a suit on, went to the Bobby, God damn it, Sinise, Bobby Sinise and his brother from Chicago. He says, Step, you can't be doing this. I says, I'm a pig. I says, I'm not going to be treated like a pig. I know the industry could be piggish, but I'm a human, man. You know exactly where I am, where I came from and shit. He said, you got to show a little more. I said, a little more? I already told the floor man that this guy was getting out of hand. He should have stepped in and calmed them down before it got to this, what he did. You're supposed to recognize the weaknesses and recognize the customer. He only had one game to watch, not 8 tables.
Yeah. I was going to ask you what the...
Don't put the heat on me. He says, I got to fire you. I says, I'm cool with that. All right? I didn't tell anybody. All right? The old lady was going to work. When it was time for me to go to work, I just went to strip joints.
Glad I met you, man.
My pleasure, sir.
Making my...
Well, we can do
No,
this.
give me the handshake.
Yeah,
That's
don't hurt
the
my
real
hand,
thing.
man. I can break you in half, man. You know, 19. The fuck year was that? 64? No, that was 66. YMCA in Oak Park, Illinois. God damn, I wish I could have this book and I gave it away and the people. The book was non-fiction, true story. He got assassinated in his basement as he was cooking and drinking his wine in Oak Park, Illinois. He was the godfather of Chicago, man.
Yeah. Frank's buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, what is this all about? This fucking stuff.
Yeah, he came back from Colombia or something because they extradited him, and he was supposed to come back, and they took care of him before he.
Yeah, he got hit. They thought he was gonna rat. Oh, I think he killed somebody. I can't remember. Why did I bring that up? God damn it. I gave that book to my financial consultant. God damn it, it never returned. Great book, man. Uncle got me out of Chicago, man.
That's when he did?
No, after that. Yeah. Because I was on the path already. I think he got hit in 67, 68, but I was already connected with those guys since I was 12 years old. It was just got worse and worse.
Yeah.
That's what my uncle says. After college, get the fuck out of here.
Wasn't Chicago the one that had the biggest hold on Vegas?
What was that?
Didn't Chicago have a bigger hold on Vegas than anyone else?
Correcto.
Or was everyone?
No. We own 3.5 casinos.
Yeah.
No. Whatever you hear is wrong. We had the New York mob, we had Kansas City, and we had the Detroit. Oh yeah. Dunes were hell. The Dunes was run by New York. I forgot the mob that owned the Tropicana, and some broad bought it, and she just lost everything. What a great lady, man. I knew that lady personally. Yeah, right across the street was the Tropicana Golf Course. And then we had the Dunes where the Bellagio sits on. There used to be we used to have a racetrack out here, right on the strip, before I got here. And then on Boulder Highway, we had a racetrack. We had dogs, and we were bringing the horses. And they closed. That was fun, man. We had Highlight at the old MGM that burnt down on Flamingo. Now it's called Bally's, and of course MGM is on Tropicana now. Tropicana. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right across the street from New York. Tropicana's that Flamingo? No, it's Tropicana. I'm right. Yeah. You know, I haven't been on a strip in 20 years.
A choice or just gotta give it up?
I don't like Vegas.
Anymore.
I think Vegas is a hell of a time. Alright? I've been in Vegas for 45 years. The last 15 years, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And man, I had some great boats on Lake Mead. I had my own private slip. I had jack up and keep it out of the water. I was like 35-footer. I loved it. All right. Last time I went to Lake Mead was 3 years ago. I says, holy fuck. How did I stand that heat for 3-4 days? I says, I can't handle it.
Yeah.
I've been back in August.
You gotta acclimate into that stuff.
I was there for exactly 18 days. I went back in August of last year to get my tags and the car smogged. All right.
Yeah.
The lowest day was 110. All right. And I live on a golf course. You realize the humidity because I gotta water that motherfucker. I don't get that 9% dry heat. And with the fucking pollen and the shit, I got water in my lungs. I couldn't wait. Some days I get it up in the morning at 5 o'clock, at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm back inside.
You know, the first year I left Vegas, or Phoenix, I came back the next summer and it hit me like a brick wall, like I'd never lived there before. And it's because you got to acclimate. You got to go from the not so hot season into the hot season.
Yeah, but I appreciate it, man. You're what? How old are you? 50?
51, yeah.
51. I'm 19 years old. Crawling on the I mount it. If it wiggles, I'm in. Those are Chicago old sayings. I haven't said that in a while. I think I'm going to take another hit. Oh, fuck. What a great life. It's been a lot of fun. I'm telling you fun stories because you want to hear them.
Yeah.
But I don't dwell on the past. There was a lot of ugly times in there I don't like to talk about, but anytime you want to ask, anybody asks me about the stories back in the heyday, oh man, I got a million of them. You know. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's tough living here by myself. I had my surfer girl for 4 years. She was a surfer girl. Your age. Something on me? Gotta get off that marijuana, man. Get something sweet. Holy fuck. Hey, I'm not people. Cool. Go! Alright. Don't ever walk in front of me or behind me or whatever. Oh, fuck. Go! Alright.
Name's Kelly, say hi.
Hi, Kelly.